Are you recording from that side anyway, in case I do struggle with this? Okay, great. I'm not particularly great with microphones, you have to excuse me, which is weird after being in the industry for 15 years. But I was never a singer, so you have to excuse my tone. There we go, look, again, great. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if do you need this to pick up the audio, or can I do it like this?
That sounds good enough.
Is that alright?
Yeah,
sure?
Yeah, let's do that.
I feel much more comfortable without the microphone, that's alright. Where's that voice coming from?
It's dance next door, that's the problem.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, cool. No worries. How is everyone doing? Yeah, great. Yeah, not too bad at all. Thanks for coming down. Will they be able to drop that level at all? Yeah. Sorry to be a pain, I feel like I'm like a diva since I walked in here, but that's quite hard. Just to maybe a little bit already would be really appreciated. Cool.
Said to stand up.
Cool, thank you very much. Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. It's a lot. A few things first. I just want to get a show of hands in the room of who is who, really. I'm never going to remember names in an hour and a half. So, who have got that it's like a producer in this room? Who produces music? Woo! Great, so we've got a couple of producers kind of there around there. Who have we got in the room that's a bass player, for example? Bass, it's all about that. Who is, I'm not going to box everyone, obviously, because some of us can be multi-instrumentalists. Who's a drummer in this room? Right. Guitarists usually get the biggest ones. Who's a guitarist in the room? Yeah, I thought so, yeah. Right. What about keyboard players? Keys, yeah. Okay, cool. They're sort of geeky to all instruments, but I'm a keyboard player, so I'll make you guys. Okay, and vocalists. Great. And the most important question of all is fundamentally who wants to release and write and perform their own music? Right. Pretty much 90% of this audience. Are they annoyed with me?
That's fine. They want to come in and see your presentation.
All right. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Which is great.
Don't feel like I'm just being deep, but it's very hard. It's just very hard to talk. And who wants to be like myself, which is just play anybody's music? No. Okay. Great. Good. Be individual. Great. So you want to be session musicians like I did. I ended up in the path of a session musician. So I played anybody else's music, and it didn't really matter what that music from metal all the way through to high-end pop. It didn't really make a difference to me, as long as I was creating music. So, welcome. Obviously this is the usual white logo I've got. You just have to bear with us. I'm going to talk, this is how it's going to run. We've got about an hour and a half, okay? And I'm basically going to have an open floor, so anytime you want to say something, or anytime you feel like you've got something to say, or you want to ask me a question, just put your hand up and I'll just take it, okay? Wherever we are in that conversation, we'll stop and do that. I'm going to talk a bit about me. I'm going to talk a bit about ICMP and what we do there. And then I'm also just going to talk to you about the music game itself, the industry. I'm going to talk to you about what it takes in 2018 to be a modern day musician, okay? And how to stay relevant, how to stay current, and how to cut above the proverbial noise that's out there. If I had a pound for every time someone said to me, how do you make it? I'd be a very, very rich man. There is no one set path. There is no one set avenue. And there's no one set of rules that will apply. But I do know this, that hard work breeds opportunity. So one thing I do know. I don't know how you'll make it. I don't know how successful you'll be, and whatever you measure success as. But I do know that hard work definitely breeds opportunity. Harder you work, the more opportunities come your way. So we'll start with that and let that percolate in. If sorry, I don't know your name. Phoebe is being the slide master. So who am I? Okay, firstly, I'm just like all you lot, I'm a musician, okay? Just because I've done a few more things doesn't make me any different. I'm a musician, and obviously a human being, fallible and flawed and imperfect, or beautifully imperfect, as they say. I'm here today from ICMP, which is an Institute of Contemporary Music Performance, which is a university in London, in Kilburn, which specialises in 4 different degrees. I am on one of those degrees as a part-time industry consultant, so I match lectures and talking and performance-based student-led experiences alongside my normal day-to-day job in the industry, if that makes sense. So I teach at the BACM. BACM is one of our, say, 4 degrees. We have BACM, which is Creative Artistry. It's more led to everyone that put their hand up in the air says, I want to release and make my own music. That's the BACM, and that's what I teach at. It's artist-driven, it's more holistic, it understands all the different aspects of artistry. There's the BMUS, which is a straight-ahead technical degree. You want to get good at your instrument, you want to get good at playing, you want to understand theory, arranging, all those kind of things. Your BMUS is the one. That's your one that you're going to get your technically proficient technical degree out of, okay? You got your songwriting degree, which has no real performance element to it, but it has 3 years of solid work on material, understanding song, writing bits. We do that in creative musicianship, but we don't do it as in depth as a songwriting degree. And the 4th one, the music business. There is also music production. That's BACMP. It's the same degree, BACM, but it's BACMP. P standing for production at the end. So you've got production-led degree, an artist-driven degree, a songwriting degree, a business course, and you've got your technical degree for your technical players. Okay? Does that make sense? I kind of feel like it's a bit jargon. There are plenty of information online at icmp.ac.uk for you to find out more about those individuals. I'm not here to kind of just go into all the modules and what's available. That's all this kind of meta stuff that you can do online. And I'll give out some information at the end, like little pens, and you can find the website on all that. So I teach on the BACM, but for a few days a week, and the rest of the time I'm out there in the field. ICMP offers a mixture of academic, full-time members of staff, and people like me that come in and are more industry-led and kind of like are out there doing their thing. So am I? Go for it. Go on, you do it. That's me talking right there, right now. I took this backstage about 20 minutes ago, right this week. No, this is from a set of industry talks that I do, not just for ICMP, but across the world. I do stuff on mental health, I do stuff on mental health and musicianship, I do stuff on artist development and like creativity and how you can get the best out of your art. And if you go forward from there, this is me at the San Siro Stadium, the Stadium of France. The one in Paris. Stade de France, sorry. Stade de France. That's it. There's me just having either I'm going to the toilet or just enjoying myself, maybe a bit too much. But having the time of life in front of that night, 75,000 people. Let's go again forward, please. Yeah. Madison Square Garden 2013, my signature arm in the air move. And one more time. It's back. It's not enough, and this is us at the Australian Stadium.
Do you want the mic again?
Yeah, I don't know if we can just. I mean, is there anything they can just turn it down a bit?
I think it's the way there's no soundproofing.
No soundproofing at all. Okay. I just have to go with this microphone then. You have to bear with me with my technique. There we go. Okay, we'll just have to drown them out. If you can't beat them, you got to join them. Okay, so this is me here at the Australian Stadium there, and that was our 2013-2014 stadium tour. And that was the band I did for 5 years, and that was One Direction, okay? That finished in 2015. So, can they just not
go next time.
I don't think it's my brain as a man cannot compute. There we go. No. Just a bit would be like really helpful. Sorry. That's men, like. Concentrate on 2 things at once. Cool. So, 5 years, and in that 5 years, basically did probably around 400 shows across 40 odd countries, 2 movies. And we played to approximately, what did we do, 8.7 million tickets sold over those 5 years. Making that band the most successful financial project of the last 40 years. That last tour on this one that you can see here made $400 million globally. And at any one point we were selling $60 of merchandising alongside every ticket that walked in that door. So for every person that walked through those gates, we added another $60 to the ticket price. T-shirts and bags and badges. So merchandise is a big thing. If we can go forward from there. Great. So, that's much better, thank you. I think I like it because I'm sorry I have to keep doing this.
Is that okay?
That's perfect, yeah. It's
cool.
just it's so hard. Especially the musician, because you're kind of like, yeah, that's nice, I like that beat. And then you can't get into it all the people you're talking. Anyway, so let me tell you about how I started out, because I started out just where you are, on that seat, not in this college, but in another college in the Midlands. I came from a small town called Nuneaton. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that, but it's near Coventry, if anyone's heard of that. And if anyone hasn't heard of that, then Birmingham is probably nearest town. So, and I was probably about 11, 12 when I started playing music to I would say, a decent level. I started out as a recorder player, great, and then I became a flute player, even more great. And I was 6, and I'd carried this flute thing on and I was very good at it. I got to a great day. But I remember watching the girl I really fancied at the time dump me right in front of my eyes, and because I was playing this instrument, and it cut deep, and I was like, I'm not cool enough. This is just, I can't be like this at 14, 15. So I sold it for a holiday in Magaluf, and away. And I was always a jack of that. I always had that. I always had this kind of creative, kind of like old side to me. And I came back and I was like, right, I'm going to do keys, that's what I'm going to do. I love like technology and I love programming, making sounds, so I brought keyboard and that was kind of my start of my keyboard journey. By 18 years old I moved to London and I knew nobody. I just moved, I was like, right, I'm going to go to college and university in London. I did a jazz degree, 3-year straight up jazz degree, which I sort of like enjoyed, but I sort of didn't. But it taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about my ear training, and it was amazing for me. I went to Middlesex. But by the 3rd year, I was sort of ready to kind of my feet were ready to kind of get out there. And I'd always been a worker ever since I was like 12. I had a paper round, and I worked in a factory, and I worked for B&Q, and I did loads of jobs. And I just loved the idea of making money. That was my thing. And I loved the idea of, because school to me, and college to me, and work to me was always very social. I loved being around other people. I loved just having a good time, really. Often a detriment to my own education when I was very younger. But I loved the idea of having just a lot of people around me. And by the time I was 30, I was kind of ready. And I just started out doing theatre touring. I did a kids show. Called Romeo and Juliet. It's like a child's version. If Shakespeare had heard this now, he probably wouldn't be turning in his grave because it was pretty bad. I had this guy, he was the musical director, so he played all the keyboards, he did everything else, and I sort of did like the whistles, like the dog whistles, and like the pig noises, and all these kind of like scary sounds, when Tybalt arrives or Mercutio's there. It was all very tongue-in-cheek, but there were days when he just could not be bothered to play his keyboard. He'd drunk too much, or he just couldn't be bothered to come in. So he was like, you're going to have to do it. So I started adopting this role of becoming like supplementary musical director, and little to my knowledge did it serve me so well in the years that came to be. At the time I was like, this guy's useless. But I was really keen to step in and just play these songs. They were proper piano songs. I was like, brilliant. So I did that for about a year, and I left there, and then I became a piano teacher in schools, and it was like one-to-one, and I used to sit there, and they were like secondary schools, and nobody would turn up. Okay, this is my life now, great. And then, I didn't really take that seriously, to be honest. And I started getting like complacent, and I was turning up late, and the whole thing. And eventually, they sort of said, we don't want to come back in here anymore. So I sort of was left, but I sort of wanted to leave at the same time. And then I got a job on a cruise ship. At one point, I did almost decide to join a circus in Denmark. I went for this interview as a circus band leader. Like, all that stuff. It was in Denmark, and they sat down and they were like, you're going to get paid £375 a week. And I was like, brilliant. brilliant. And they were like, you have to live in Denmark. I was like, brilliant. They were like, in a caravan with 4 other people. And we do turn the heating off in the evenings. Oh, okay. And there are bears. We have dancing bears and all sorts of things. I was like, okay, I'm out. So I didn't do the circus, and I opted for this cruise ship. I took on board P&O. And I was only 24, 23, very young. Not much, how old are you guys? 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 17?
16 to 19.
16 to 19 years old, right. So, 3 years older than you, and I was on this cruise ship. I was a musical director for this band, it was a 10-piece band, and I was, again, slaughtered with a bunch of really old guys who were horn players, and this new kid was in the scene, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I sort of blagged my way into this role a little bit. Of course, I had theatre knowledge, but when it came to horn arranging and parts and giant enormous scoring, I just began to fall apart. And they knew it, they could sense it, they could sniff out the blood in me that I was too young and I was inexperienced. And they kept on messing up their parts, and like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I struggled, but fought through. I was like, I'm going to get through this hell of water. And I lasted for about a month on there. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about how to deal with people. That's one thing that taught me the most, was how to deal with people and how to be different characters and musicians. Because tell you what, as musicians, we're a cracktful bunch. Yeah, that doesn't mean we're abnormal. It just means we're creatives and we think in a slightly different way. And that has to be embraced and nurtured and cherished. But it learned me all these different characters. Drummers have a certain flavour to them, and bass players have a certain flavour, and all these different vocalists have a different way, and lead singers, and all these BBs, they're all sort of got these individual characters. It taught me a lot about that. When I left after a month, because they hold your passport so you can't get off this cruise ship, and I thought at one point I was going to jump off the ship and swim again. They hold your passport, I managed to get it back, and I left.